Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille. Today is 10th of July 2020 and welcome to video number 196. Today I want to talk about ego because it might be, and many times we hear that it's our biggest flaw, that we are so egocentric, that we are thinking about ourselves and so on. But I want to propose the better way, how to use it so we could even be better than we're supposed to be with our ego down. So let's look at it this way. Many times when you completely kind of use your ego as a main driver to achieve something, you may end up, as many of us do, in, let's say, situations of an argument, because that's where it's gonna land basically. You try to use your ego as your basically weapon, because you try to prove every time that you were not wrong, it's not your fault, that whatever happens, it wasn't because of you, just because you were always right? So I want you to kind of think about it, because it's, especially when you argue, when something goes wrong, it's so easy to not want it to be seen vulnerable or mistaken. And it's more emotional decision to keep this position that I was not wrong, rather than logical. Because if you keep and being stubborn to say that it wasn't me, I was right, and you try to prove it, and you try to use any workaround you can find around just to prove that it wasn't your fault, then it's basically it puts you in a very strange position, because how do you think she feels when she knows that it was your fault, and she knows that you know that it was your fault? But just fighting to prove that you are not wrong just because of your ego. And how many times you've seen this kind of situation, or how many times you've been in one? This is a very bad way to use your ego, because it'll not only put you in a position that you start fighting, many times fighting about stupid stuff, which are not important, but you're going to fight anyway just because you want to be right. And then it puts you in a position when she starts to see that you're just trying to prove something which is basically a lie, and both of you know that this is a lie. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, your ego can, straight to your face, basically make you argue and have very negative impact on your relationship, like in the moment. But then think about point number 2. How that's gonna lead you long term. If you keep doing this, in the long run, you're gonna keep your relationship stuck. Because the farther you go, then the more you continue to kind of stay in this vicious circle that I'm gonna prove that I'm right, even though I know I'm wrong. But I want to be seen as vulnerable. I don't even know why. Then it'll stop your relationship from making progress. It's going to stop you from finding real solutions to the problems that you have. And as I said, if you're ever afraid of being vulnerable, why would you do this? If you're going to stop your relationship to move and make progress. She knows. The longer you are in a relationship, the easier it is to see your flaws, the easier it is, because you know each other. Why would you keep this I don't know, this idea that you can fake it until you make it? It's never going to work in a relationship. So first of all, it's going to make you argue. Second, in the long run, it's going to stop you from really making progress, because it's going to stop you from finding real solutions. And point number 3, some of you take it so far that you allow your relationship to struggle and then to fail just because you want to continue to play this game. That way. I wasn't wrong. I'm always right. And that's what ladies are afraid of, that you're gonna destroy it all. Because at the end, you're gonna resent yourselves. And interestingly enough, you're gonna resent yourself quicker than you're gonna get to the point that maybe I went too far. And so many of us end up kind of waking up what we've done too late, when the rebuilding of the relationship is too hard, or too complex, or too complicated, or it's just impossible, because it just hurt each other so much. So that's why I want to propose a different solution. What if you would use your ego to concentrate not on you being, not to prove that I'm right all the time, but to use my ego to to kind of make a decision, whatever I want to do, no matter if I'm right or not, I'm going to do it for the betterment of our relationship. That's my goal. Then I don't care if I'm right, I don't care if she's right, I don't care what I have to do, I don't care what people think, I don't care. One thing that I do care is for our relationship to make progress and our relationship to see it better, better days. And it's fascinating because if you put this as a like your flagship argument to continue, you'll start to see that no matter what happens, you will always be able to say sorry, you will always be able to say you're right, just because if your goal is for your relationship to progress, then nothing else matters. And then even your own negative ego or this side of your ego would not matter. Because what I care is for us to make progress and be happy. And the more you're going to go that way, the more you'll see that your actions are going to kind of help you to get there. You'll start to see that you're helping each other, you're supporting each other, you're cooperating, and you're going to see that it works. You're going to start to open up. You won't be afraid to tell, I think I made a mistake. Sorry, babe. That's how you'll be able to move forward. But you have to kind of redirect your attention from trying to be always right to trying to your relationship always will benefit. That's that simple. So this is what I want you to take from this video. Whether your ego gonna help you or not is your decision. You can try to always be right and get really good or finding a way to prove that I was always right. Or you can be really good and making progress in your relationship and be the one who just leads because I don't care about anything. I care so our relationship would benefit. And then you'll see that she'll align with you, she'll go with you and she'll follow you just because she knows that you proved over and over again that relationship is in the first place. And that's what will make your relationship really enjoyable. So think about it and do something about it, because there's nothing better to observe and nothing more unstoppable than a guy with a laser focus to make your relationship benefit. That's how you win this game. If you liked this video, like, share, comment. If you didn't, give me a shout as well. What do you think? What is your experience? And if there's anything you want me to talk about, just contact me and I'll be glad to do it for you. That being said, see you tomorrow.